We're okay. Oh.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Two Rivers and Weird Sister Singer-Songwriter Night. We have a new host, Colin Stackhouse from Colin Stackhouse in the Garden. And we are very excited to present Kinsey Smythe from the Kinsey Movement. They'll be singing and performing together. I have a few PSAs. We have a workshop on Sunday. Hello, Fisha. For Wave of Change sweater making. And then on Tuesday, we start our Two Rivers Supper Club series hosted by Isabel Iman. So we look forward to seeing you. And I'm going to turn it over to Colin.
Hello, Crowdcast Internet. My name is Colin Stackhouse. It's really great to be asked to be a host of something right now. It feels really good. So I'm happy that Christine and all the people at Two Rivers are, able to have me sing. This is what my face looks like. I'm going to be wearing a mask just because we've got two performers in here today. So I'll be singing with a mask on. I'm really happy to have our first, so far only, but our first guest, Kinsey Smythe. She'll come up in about 10 minutes or so. I saw her speak from the back of a truck in one of the many marches that have been happening here in Portland. She's going to tell you more about some upcoming events that she's coordinating. But in June, I was pretty shaken, obviously, by George Floyd's death and the things that happened in our country and are continuing to happen. So I want to start off with a song that I wrote after the first march that I went to, seeing her and these other incredible speakers speak from their heart for such a long, extended period of time. So this song is called How Can I Not? How can I not sing about all I see? Last night, as I walked through the streets of my city, the people all lay down, 9 minutes on the ground, silent on a bridge in the heart of my city. And then we marched on, the current so strong, no bodies fell, the chanting a spell. So how can I not sing? How can I not sing? How can I not sing? How can I not? My neighbors with brown skin, they'll say that we don't know him, but I'm still pretty new to this part of your city. My neighbors with black skin have already moved out, and I think we both know what that's about. I said my neighbors with black skin have already moved out, and I think we both know what that's about. This is the least I can do. What will we turn into? Should I just say a name? Or will how things stay the same. Brianna and George, Ahmad, and so many more. In just this year, you know that I grew up without any fear, so how can I not sing about all I see? Last night, as I marched through the streets of my city, the people packed in clothes, while there's a virus on our clothes. We all agree our bodies are worth this. So how can I not sing? How can I not sing? How can I not sing? How can I not? How can I not sing? I can't do everything, but I know what I can bring. So how can I not? Thanks. Thanks. I've been messing around in this banjo tuning, so I'm not going to tune my banjo for the next song. Yeah. I don't know what to say exactly. It's so nice to perform. I always get it's like a really amazing form of therapy for me. So if you don't perform, I recommend it. If you can get over your stage fright, you'll feel better in the end. But yeah, this year has been a doozy of a year. I'm in a relationship right now, like with my city and with the world. But I'm in a relationship with a person, and that's been really wonderful and also pretty. I don't want to say that like this summer is making that relationship more different or difficult because of the things that are happening in the world, but it's impossible to not have it affect everyday interpersonal dynamics. So this song is called Serious Conversation. I wasn't looking for a serious conversation, but babe, you bring out so much more, so that I don't even know all the risks I'm taking. Is my heart on fire, or am I faking my part? Will you swim or will you drown? Now that's a serious conversation. Baby, you'll follow me all the way down, and I totally know that your heart was breaking, and I want to take part in the plans we're making, but these games that we play leave my whole world shaking apart. Serious conversation, wasn't looking for a serious. So do you want money or you want time? Now that's a serious conversation. Either way, the fault is mine. We're all trying to crack the algorithm, get somebody to take all the things we're given. Just lean back in the cut of that hustle we're in, find that perfect blend of science, money, and art. Serious conversation, wasn't looking for a 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 serious conversation. for a serious conversation. Wasn't looking for a serious conver. Are you gonna take my name? Now that's a serious conversation. Either way, we're still the same. Getting someone to give all the things we're taking. And these games that we play leave my whole world shaking. And I'm gonna freak out if we end up back at the start. I wasn't looking for a serious conversation. Thanks. Yay. Well, Kinsey and I are going to start doing a 2-on, 2-off kind of a thing. So she's going to come up in just a second. I kind of indicated to you, I guess come into the screen. I kind of indicated to you that I would be doing kind of questions, just because I've seen her really involved with a lot of the things that are going on here in Portland. I didn't really make any specific questions, but
That's okay.
What's something that you wish you had known in June that you know now?
Oh, that's a great question.
I asked, what's something that she wished she knew in June, beginning of this summer, that she knows now?
Yeah, wow. It feels like a whole different alternate lifetime from June, and especially from that week that we lost George Floyd. It feels as though a lifetime has gone by, as well as a lifetime of learning. You know, it's been a wild roller coaster, and I have learned so much. But to answer that briefly, I would say something that has definitely helped in that development, that would have probably helped at the beginning, is this, it's the importance of decentralization, right? And it took me being straight in there, and feeling these natural tendencies of grouping and doing right as humans, and doing this, and all the power going into one place, or in these pockets, or into just certain people, and it's a pattern that we see a lot in this country, in a lot of our history, and a lot of the ways that we operate in our system. And it's something that I think is really important and isn't talked about as often as necessary. And I didn't ever even say the words until I had to learn it myself. So I think that's a good word to put to that answer.
Wow.
Decentralization.
I did not expect that. I wish I had more questions.
It's okay.
I think that I'll just let you do your thing, and when you want me to come up, I'll come up. I think that maybe speaking perhaps as close as I was would maybe be best.
Perfect,
so, cool.
Perfect. And
Kinsey, smile.
Yeah, thank you. Now that Colin's gone, I might remove my mask for a minute so that I can articulate and you can hear my voice. Hi everyone, my name is Kinsey, and it's an honor to be here. Kind of take a different step into expression this evening, rather than being on the ground and in march mode and organizing mode. This is just some poetry that, in my opinion, has been my form of activism for most of my life, and just in general, using our voices, using our expression, right, to explain what we are experiencing internally, as well as sometimes articulating what's happening externally. And so this is my form of that. And thank you for joining. I'm going to start with a piece of poetry that I wrote. Most of what I write is just a mixture of sometimes song and poetry and spoken word. So it's always kind of morphing and changing. And so I have no titles to anything, more just organic pieces that have come to me. Here's my first one, and then I will go into another piece, and then we will see Colin again for some music, and then if we have some time, me and Colin are going to do some collaboration. So thank you for being here. Here I stand,
breathing with breath in my lungs, heaving and humming a new melody to a song that's been sung. To all those who came before me, I bow down to you with my head held high. I honor you with my deepest breath, my longest dance, my lonely cries. Here I am, feeling the power I keep within. I'm standing here, breathing while worlds collide beneath my skin. I am just trying to hold my steady ground, my fears amplifying with the sweetest of sounds. I embody nobody but me. I embody nobody but me. Here I am, being a being of my creation. My shadows stand, singing and bringing elation. I'm standing here, but I'm in complete control, just breathing here, while moving mountains and breaking molds. I embody nobody but me. I embody nobody but me. Here I am, breathing and being and seeing, standing here, bleeding and healing and heaving, just standing here. But I'm in complete control, just breathing here while moving mountains and breaking molds. Thank you. Yeah, that piece is kind of speaks for itself, but it is a form of liberation for me. It's a form of empowerment to tell myself these words, to speak them to myself. It helps me to validate them and to actualize them and to enforce them within myself. A lot of what we are seeing as a country, as a world, is chaos, confusion, and pain. Some people have been experiencing this chaos and this pain for quite some time. And it's becoming a bit more universal. And a lot of more people are being exposed to that. With the vessel that I have experienced trauma most of my life revolving around racial identity and the connection between my vessel and this history of this country. But one of the ways that I have been able to survive and thrive and continue to liberate myself regardless is expression, and it is weaving these words together so that they are manifestos to myself and proposals of how I want to operate. And yeah, so that is how I create word art, is often through the traumas and the confusion that I experience as a human, and then I make something about it. So I'm going to go into the next one with that being said. Yeah, thank you. Here I am, poetry in motion. I'm a cacophony of constant emotion. I'm trying so hard not to lose my grip. I'm embracing my fall by choosing to trip. I'm adjusting to the amplitude of each wave. I'm adjusting my attitude to each variable and its change. I've got more control than I can seem to see. And the embodiment of the elements, I am chemistry. I'm just a vessel floating around, making memories with strangers. I'm making art with the lessons I've found. I'm just a vessel dancing around. I've sewn my heart to my skin. I'm shifting shapes to each sound. I'm just a vessel drifting around. Stopping for the trees and for the butterflies while my feet kiss the ground. I'm just a vessel, a conduit, a creature. I'm your biggest fan. I'm your lover. I'm your teacher. I'm just a vessel, a bag of bones, balancing my heart on my head as I wander this world alone. Just a vessel, sack of skin, filled with unfiltered fantasies and the stories I keep within. Just a vessel, a conduit. I'm your biggest fan. I'm telling you, you can do it. I'm just a vessel, a bag of bones. Just a vessel, but I'm never alone. Thank you. I appreciate it.
More than a vessel, girl.
That's the craziest thing about being a human. We are so much more than being a vessel, but we're also just a vessel. It's this beautiful, complex balance of being nothing more than a little speck, you know, but having potential and having the ability to process and have consciousness and be able to engage with this world at a level that is far more than just this vessel. And so, yeah, what an honor to be a human at this time and be able to harness both just this vessel and the vastness of our minds. So, yay. Thank you, and I'll welcome Colin back up, and I will see you all in a little bit.
Woo!
That was really great. It's so great to just be in a setting where I can close my eyes and just kind of take it in. Yeah, just a vessel. I am like Irish, I guess. And so, you know, my story growing up in America can be like pretty well guessed. I this summer have been looking a little towards some Indigenous American teachings and ways. And it feels a little disingenuous to say that, right? Because it's sort of my first look towards anything like that. But it doesn't hurt to look, and it doesn't hurt to think about the world in a way that's challenging or new. So I wrote a song a few weeks ago thinking about the concept of 7 generations, which I think a lot of people have heard of, and there's the paper towel company, but that we are not here for ourselves alone. We are here for people that we can't even imagine 7 generations down the line, and we are living with respect for people 7 generations back from us, you know? And even just that concept, if I learn nothing else, that concept is something that's important to think about. So yeah, this song is called 7 Generations. Bring everything to me, and you will see. Learn me all I need to know, so that I follow where you want to go. Paint everything in black. I don't care, we're never going back. Please give my body strength, so that I swim to that other bank. When will there be peace in our nation? It'll be 7 generations. When will you have the conversation? It'll be 7 generations. It'll be 7 generations. Bring it all into the light, every lie and every shade of white. Learn their names one by one, only then the work begun. Paint the streets as I walk, as I dance, sing, and talk. Please give my body strength, so that I learn the words to say. I'm through with doubt, and I'm done with patience. It'll be 7 generations. When will you have the conversation? It'll be 7 generations. It'll be 7 generations. Thank you. I think I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more right now. Tuning is a thing that happens with all banjos. My dad plays guitar. He plays in Fairbanks, Alaska, my hometown, and he's got a joke about banjos, which is, why are there no banjos in Star Trek? It's because it's the future. But I love the banjo very much. I'm in 2 musical groups here in Portland. One's called Stackhouse in the Garden. Just my last name is the way to find it. And we released our debut album this June. It was really wonderful. We recorded it about a year ago. I gathered 4 friends together on a Monday in September. It was honestly exactly a year ago. We met on a Monday, practiced for a full week, and then we had an album by that Sunday. And it's on Spotify and iTunes and whatever. It's called Hottest Summer Yet. And the band name is Stackhouse in the Garden. So give me a look if you're inclined. Jen's our wizard behind the scenes, and I think she's posted Kinsey's Venmo here. So that should be readily available to the viewers that are here. But find me on Spotify, find Kinsey on Venmo. That'll be great. The other group that I'm in is called Varelsa. I play fiddle, and I'll probably play fiddle in a few minutes here in this setting. Varelsa is kind of a Scandinavian instrumental fusion band, and it's great. I love that band a lot. So they're both bands are still in existence, but with COVID, everything, who knows when we'll play again, but we will certainly. We have a practice next week. So, gosh, what am I going to do? This song's the first song on the Stackhouse on the Garden album. It's called 3 Tenuous Lines. Almost. I think I said a second ago that, oh, hey, thank you, Jen. So the link to Kinsey's Venmo is down below. There's 3 tenuous lines reaching through your body and mind. The future, present, and past. Oh, why don't you try to make this moment last? So wait and see. It can't be starting this early. I would know. I would tell you when we see it start to go. So hit that nail on the head. We all will fail in time. At least you will always know you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. You will always know you're mine. You're mine. You're mine, you will always know. There's 2 choices ahead. Look at the light. It is green, it is red. And white, yes, lily white eyes. I'm saying about this trouble in mind. Trouble in mind, and I'm blue. But I won't be blue always. Sun's gonna shine on my back door someday. There's one thing I've learned, assuming that I can only be burned. A lifetime living in fear, yeah, I have no time for that shit here. So wait and see, it can't be starting this early. I would know. I would tell you when we see it start to go. You can't take back all those ways you've said I lack. It's fine. At least you will always know you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. You will always know you're mine. You're mine. You're mine, you will always know you're mine. Mine, you will always know you're mine. Mine, you will always know. 3 tenuous lines reaching through your body and mind. Thanks. Hi, Kinsey. Come on up.
Yay, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
So, before I jump back into another piece that I've written, I wanted to touch a little bit more base on the things that I've been doing in this city, in Portland, since June. And yeah, it's been a wild scene, and I can only imagine how it has looked for those who have not been involved here in Portland, and especially those who are not here in Portland. And yeah, it has been just as crazy for us, if not crazier, and just as confusing and just as chaotic and yeah, tumultuous for all of us. And I have seen an entire spectrum from some of the most beautiful, heart-centered experiences, some of the most traumatic and painful in terms of expressing trauma, to some of the most brutal and systematic and historic in ways. And I have learned so much as an organizer and a newly activated activist, and can see so many ways that we can continue to learn and inform ourselves so that we can create the most informed platforms and really receive and actualize the changes that we're wishing for. And yeah, I think that there has been almost like this example of the 5 stages of grief, right? And we've kind of experienced that first one a lot in the anger. And, in my opinion, I don't see it ever stopping or distinguishing completely, but transmuting, right? There's got to be a moment for that transmutation for us to then be able to actualize and receive the things that we deserve and have our needs met. And it's not easy, but it's a lot easier when there's community together and mutual aid and the redistribution of resources. And so that's what I'm working for and hoping to encourage and expose is resources and assistance and accessibility and prosperity for all humans, and especially our Black humans who have often not received an adequate amount of support or resources for the sustainability that is necessary to prosper in this country. And so I'm here to do what I can to help in that area and to encourage effective action and pragmatic thought, critical thought, applied to all of this emotion, applied to what we've seen in history. And so that being said, we've seen this crazy roller coaster of engagement in Portland. We've seen a wild, up and down, sporadic surging of contribution, of participation. And we're kind of in that weird lull part again, and which is expected. This is a very long and arduous fight that we are facing. But I think that there's so many ways that as a community we can come together and continue to build that fire and to continue to help one another. So I am assisting and helping organize an event for Labor Day here in Portland, Oregon. And we are hoping to bring as much of our city out as possible. It is a family-centered march and collaborative action that is focusing on Black labor and the labor of marginalized humans in this country. And we often think about Labor Day, and we often don't think about the Black and marginalized labor that has been contributed to this country and its success. And it's time to, it's super important to, it is extremely valuable just if you even think about our economy or anything that is our system, right? But just in a general sense, and I hope that it will continue to be highlighted, that labor, and I refuse to allow it to be untold and forgotten and invalidated. So we're centering our messaging around Black labor and bringing some more light to that. It is Labor Day, which is Monday, September 7th. The event starts at 2:30. It has multiple meeting places. It will be around there's 4 different meeting places around the esplanade of the waterfront. But you will find me at the east end of the Hawthorne Bridge And I will be there from 2:30 until about 5:30, and then we're all marching to a convergence point and having a celebration together. So Labor Day, September 7th, Monday, and you can find me under the Hawthorne Bridge at 2:30 p.m. And yeah, I'd love to see you, and the city would love to see you, and we as a city would love to. I think we need to come together and continue this and see what else we need to do. So enough of ramble. I'm going to jump into another poem. And yeah, thank you. Do you know the difference between overstepping and understanding? Did you know that there's an art to showing up without demanding? There's a fine line between compassion and compression. I'm taking notes and taking names for my existential lesson collection. See, I'm not here to crowd you with my insatiable crave to help. If you smother the freshly fallen snow, you'll just accelerate its melt. I don't know what I'm doing, and I won't claim that I do, but if you feel like you're failing the mission, well, you can consider me failing too. I will never know what it's like to live in your life, to embody your vessel, to carry your strife, but I will be here experimenting with my experience next to you. I will be in your corner, cheering on all the work that you do. I'll be a safe space for you to celebrate, to bathe in your worth. I'll be a silent whisper for when you feel like you're the only one left on earth. I am here for you because I am finally here for me. The chaos will ensue, but it's not my identity. I've got work to do, and to wait is not my destiny. Every time that I break through, there has been no one standing next to me. I am further, I am deeper than any situation that may arise. I've learned to nurture my darker features, for there are shadows in my eyes, separating myself from the things I cannot change, from the things I do control. A witness to the cosmic planes, but a master to my own soul. I am human. I am perpetual confusion. I'm collecting my light, creating my warmth through interpersonal nuclear fusion, holding my pieces together with primordial ooze, weaving and writhing in wonder with every step that I choose. So, are you with me? It's okay that some are not, because as long as I am with me, I will push forward with all that I got. I'm nothing more than a simple drop of sand, a mere scratch on the surface of things I have yet to understand. But I know one thing, that I've got me and me alone, my blood, my breath, my bleeding heart, my sturdy, steady bones. And with each breath, I welcome you to my humble abode, taking each step on this earth as though I am walking in my own home. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate this. It's always an interesting thing to perform through a screen, but it's something new. And technology is this wild thing that sometimes it's a burden and this addiction and this crazy trap, this void, right? But it also gives us the opportunity to reach more people. And there's so many things and so many advancements that technology can provide to people. So I think if we also focus our intention and utilize technology to share and better this world, then I think that it could be used as a tool. So thank you for practicing that and using this thing as a tool and holding space for my expression today. I appreciate it. My name again is Kinsey. I'm with the Kinsey movement, which is just a mixture of my different forms of expression. Aside from my voice, I am a professional dancer, and that's often what I lead with in terms of expression. So yeah, once again, thank you for holding this space so I can explore and deepen my expression with vocal and spoken word. So thank you. I think I'm going to offer space with you. I don't know what time it is and how much time, so I'll let you come back up here.
We have all of them.
All the time we want. Do you want to try to do something together? And what would that look like?
I don't know what it would look like. It could just be you just start playing. I can start doing something.
That sounds great. I'll play. I'll just play a little fiddle.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
great.
let's do it.
If you start speaking, I'll move back so that the mic is less like activated by my thing.
Okay. Keep it moving and keep spitting out dreams, shifting shapes as if I'm splitting the seams. I've got edges within me and endless oceans, unconditional, unconventional. I'm emotion, a human pit of passion and potential, bending time and space, an existential, fabricating my reality as if I'm everything, but also I am nobody, patching the gaps from what I thought I knew, thought I'd burst from all the pressure, but then I broke through. I keep a constant sense of celebration, learning to lean into my hesitation, knowing the only way to truly level up is to follow through. Never thought I'd see above it all, but then I grew. I'm breaking down what it means to be and what this life really means to me, and what a privilege it is to have the means to see that I'm living my dream, a life of make-believe. It's an honor to have made it this far. Just a little carbon creature made from the scraps of stars, sipping from a universal reservoir, a walking supernova wrapped in nothing but scars. I'm a creature made of carbon, living in a universe of scars and stars. I'm just doing what I can, but wholehearted. And I'm just getting started. Yay, that's cool. I love it. I love it.
Cool.
And that is the power of leaning into spontaneity and being willing to do so. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we cannot do anything better than that.
That's pretty
So,
awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna write down the details. I'm gonna type in the details of the event on Labor Day. So it's Labor Day, 2:30 p.m. at under the Hawthorne Bridge.
Under the Hawthorne Bridge.
I'll use that.
So that'll be, for posterity's sake on the internet. Yeah. Christine, do you want to say anything before we log off?
I just want to everyone who tuned in. Crowdcast kindly records these, so if you have friends that you would like to share it with, please do. They'll be able to rewatch tonight's performance. Thank you so much for bringing Kinsey into our life. This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to all of you who help us out every day, especially you, Jen.
Yeah. Thank you, Jen.
Good
Hope
night.
to see you guys next month. See you soon. Maybe. How do I log out?
Jen,
Close video. Bye.
let's go.